Winter sowing has been a great seed starting method for me. It is simple, doesn't require that much time, and it doesn't take up a lot of room in my house like indoor seed starting does. While you won't get a jump start on your seedlings before getting them outdoors, you still get some great results with winter sowing. There are so many seeds that can be winter sown, but I have narrowed down my list of flower seeds that I will be winter sowing this coming year. I will go over them in the order that I plan on winter sowing them. The first batch will consist of my native flowers, some perennials, and some hardy annuals. The perennials and the natives are hardy down to about a zone 3 or 4, and I am in New Jersey zone 6A. So early January will be a great time for me to start any of these seeds. I've got 4 different types of natives that I'm going to start. So the first one is this blue stemmed goldenrod. This is not an aggressive spreader and is supposed to be deer resistant. Now I do have a lot of rabbits though, so we will see how it does with the rabbits. The next is this calico aster, which I'm really looking forward to it. And this is a fall flowering plant as well as the blue stem goldenrod. Next is this penstemon hairy beard tongue. Now this is a larval host for some butterflies. So it'd be nice to have plants that support certain butterflies. And the next one of the natives is the Jacob's ladder. It is also another one that is supposed to be deer resistant. Now, all of these, I don't think they are rabbit resistant, and I do have rabbits, and it will be in an area where I have rabbits coming through all the time, but let's see how it does. I would like to see if I can add this one particular area in my yard with lots of pretty native flowers under the trees. So next is a coneflower, which is a perennial, and I have several coneflowers, but I wanted to add some pops of yellow in the garden. Now these are not rabbit resistant. The rabbits absolutely love coneflowers, and they will eat all the foliage of them. I do have to usually cage them up for my yard. Next is foxglove, and the variety I am growing is Apricot Beauty. That is a biannual, so I've been growing that one for a while, and I really, really love the color of it. So when I winter sow it, I will only get the foliage in the first year, and then I will see it flower the next year. But that's okay because I did that this past spring, so the ones that are out there are fully grown now and should flower this coming spring. And so I just keep cycling that every year. So I bought 2 different types of violas. Both are kind of very close, similar color. And I'll be winter sowing these. This is the first time I'm going to be doing it, but they're super cold tolerant plants. Matter of fact, I sprinkled a few seeds outside just to see if they'll grow on their own. And then I'll also winter sow them to see which one I get better results with. So in my next batch, I will be winter sowing these throughout February. So the first is the Snapdragon. And I have 2 different types that I bought from Johnny's. I have the Orleans Lemon Yellow and the Potomac Royal. Straw flowers have always performed really well for me with winter sowing. And last year I had a huge patch of straw flowers and absolutely loved it. So this year I am going to have an even larger patch of straw flowers, and I plan to grow at least 4 different colors, if not 5. I have the pomegranate from Floret. I've got the king size raspberry rose from Johnny's. And then I have seeds that I have from last year, which are the purple red, the apricot peach, and the silver rose. So another one that I really enjoyed having in my garden, and so I bought several different colors, is the pincushion flower or scabiosa. So I have the salmon queen, summer sangria, and fata morgana. I don't even know if that's pronounced right. The other one that I'll be growing is chamomile. I grew this last year. It did so beautifully for me. So I'm going to do it again so that I can harvest it for tea. I have a new lavender. This is the Elegance Pink. So this variety is a perennial for zones 5 through 7. And the last one for the February batch is this Salvia Blue Monday Sage. My last batch has some flowers that can be a bit tender, but not all of them. And so these I'll be winter sowing probably throughout March. So the next are some Agastaki. I currently grow this Texas hummingbird forest fire, I think it is. It's a red variety, and the hummingbirds absolutely love it. I just don't care for the red color that much. So I got this one, which is also a Texas hummingbird mint, but this one is more of a lavender color, which goes a little bit better with my garden colors. But then I also got this one, which has also some pink raspberry colors in there, along with a little bit of a orangey yellow. And I figured if I can mix them all in, it would look really pretty without just having just red. Now, my Texas hummingbird mint does self seed like crazy. So once I grow these, I think that they will probably self seed all over my yard, and I probably may not have to grow them again. The next is this calendula zeolites, and I really wanted to get my hands on this. Florette had sold out at first when I made my order. Later on, she did bring it back, but I wasn't going to order just one pack. But I was able to get this on Botanical Interest. Next is phlox, and I haven't grown phlox. I grew it one time. Didn't do too well for me, but I wanted to try it again. So I bought this cherry caramel to give it another try. The next is borage. This is for my veggie garden. First time I'm growing it, but I like the idea of the little blue flowers. They seem so pretty. Next is nasturtiums, also for the veggie garden. I picked these because they have variegated leaves, and I am going to try winter sowing these. They do have a hard seed. I know you can nick them to get them started, but I figured just start them winter sowing, see how it goes. But these will be done in March. And last but not least is the Gomphrena. I grew Gomphrena a while ago, a couple years back, and I really loved it, but I haven't done it in a few years. And I decided that instead of doing status like I did this past year, I'd rather do Gomphrena. I like it a little bit more as a dried flower, as a cut flower. And that's the same thing with the straw flower. I absolutely love the straw flower as a dried flower. So anyway, Gomphrena is also one that I will be winter sowing this year. So for this winter sowing season, I will post videos when I start all of these seeds, as well as my progress, and then finally getting them into the garden. So if you'd like to follow along, make sure to subscribe and also turn on the notifications. And don't forget to hit that like button if you enjoy watching winter sowing videos. That will help get this content out to others who enjoy winter sowing. I have several winter sowing videos of the types of flowers that do best for winter sowing, what I winter sowed in 2022, as well as the entire progress. So I'll link those down below. So that's all for now. See you soon. Bye.